Welcome! My name's Dr. Luci, world-renowned scientist. As I take a temporary hiatus from my usual practice of anatomical science, I'll be dipping my toes into a different type of science. Cooking! Come with me as I share with you my favorite recipes and most exquisite late-night yummies. Put on an apron. It's about to get evil. Today I'll be putting together 2 pieces of bread in an attempt to make the greatest sandwich known to man and monkey. A steak sandwich. Sourdough baguette, roasted red peppers, arugula, a red onion, a garlic aioli, and a perfectly cooked medium rare steak. Ready or not, I just can't. Here I come! I'm gonna begin with the bookends. A sandwich this pure and precious deserves only the best type of bread. And today I'm going with a sourdough baguette. I once had a pen pal named Sourdough. He was serving 2 life sentences for hacking up both his parents. Boy, could he write a sonnet. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice this puppy in half. It's easier with a bone saw. Remember, kids, if this is your first time cooking, you want to make sure you use a knife that's serrated. What does serrated mean? It means it has teeth. This is best for cutting bread. Excellent. Now that my bread is good and halved, I'm going to turn the flame on. Oh, it's already on. Magic. This is what I'm going to be using today. This is for the bread, this is for the steak. Now, to begin with, I'm going to drizzle this with some olive oil. It's going to give it a nice little char. That's what we want. We want a good char in this puppy. Hit it with some pepper. This is my first time using my indoor grill. It was a Christmas present from my beloved Aunt Doris. She died 32 years ago. And I'll come behind that with some salt. You just want to lightly season this. Trust me, it makes a difference. And I'm going to hit it with just a little touch of red pepper flake. Nothing like a little red pepper flake to clear out the colon. Let's see if our griddle's nice and hot. Almost. Want to make sure I get all the corners here. Friendly tip for everybody, make sure you're using an oil with a high smoke point. If you're cooking a steak indoors or chicken or anything of that nature, you want to make sure you have a high smoke point oil. That'll come in the form of a high smoke point olive oil, avocado oil, or algae oil. I've never used algae oil, but I hear it's the real deal. Now I'm going to lay these 2 beautiful pieces of loaf down on the griddle. Ah, yes. And you want to hit that, oh boy. I'm leaking. And you're going to want to lay something heavy on top of the bread to make sure it gets a good char. Let's see, heavy. What do I have that's heavy? Ah, here we go. It's a pan sandwich. While that does its thing, I'll get my steak ready to go. Today I'll be working with a New York strip. I'm going to want to hit that with some oil. Good. Get that out of here. Now for the seasoning, because I'm going to keep it real simple. A little salt. Don't be afraid to be generous with your seasoning. 30% of the seasoning cooks off the second you put it on the grill. Flip that over, hit the other side. Now the pepper. Ow! There we go. You want to make sure to not cross-contaminate. So if you have to use an elbow or an armpit, you use an elbow or an armpit. This is cooking, ladies and germs. You just mop up the rest of that. You've got yourself a good steak. And remember, you want to pull your meat out of the fridge at least 15 minutes before you start cooking. Let it rise up to room temperature. Unless your room is 32 degrees, then you're an Eskimo. Good, excellent. How about that? I'm gonna give this a little flip. Look at that, that's what you want. Our sourdough looks good and charred up. Time to pull it. Ow, 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 ow. Very good. That steak's going on now. Bingo! Dr. Luci has tuberculosis. While that does its thing, I'm going to get working on my garlic aioli. This is going to consist of about 6 garlic cloves. I'm going to pull out my garlic press. Yeah! Shit. Boy, do I love garlic. Now, this sandwich would go well with a sun-dried tomato aioli or even a chipotle aioli. But that's not what I'm doing. This is garlic. Keeps the vampires away. And the women. Haven't seen a woman since 1976. I think that's enough garlic. I'm going to hit that with a little salt. Right? A little pepper. Excellent. A little mayonnaise. Aioli is just a fancy pants word for mayonnaise. Hey, come on. I'm going to go in with a couple of tablespoons. Very good. And last but most certainly not least, the juice of a lemon. Ah, yes. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Give it a little whisk. A little whisk. Get it nice and whisked. Telling you folks, this will go fast. And because I'm Italian, going in with a little bit of oil. I'm going to check on my New York. Okay, I see what's going on here. I'm just going to rotate it a little bit. Get a nice cross-diagonal char. A little cross-diagonal char. This aioli is A-okay. A little taste test. Oh! Time to flip. Okay. Something sweet going on there. Something good. I'm going to put this in the fridge to let it chill. While that cools and this cooks, I'm going to chop my onion. Today I'll be using a red onion. Pay attention now, I'm putting on a clink. This onion's going to be sliced, not diced, sliced. If you're ever cooking a salad or a sandwich, this is how you want to do your onion. Now I'm going to do one of these, right there. And then I'm just going to go like this. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Good, 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 good. Look at all these beautiful onions we got here. Time to rotate the meat. Ah, yeah. Now look what's going on here. If that's not sorcery, I don't know what is. What I'm doing is I'm getting the fat cap nice and cooked. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Why am I doing that? I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to do. That's pretty cool, huh, folks? Some call me Dr. Luci, some call me Dr. Wizard. I'm clenching my butt cheeks for science. Alright. They're already calling me Father of the Year. That's ready. I'm going to let that rest for about 10 minutes or until it starts to move. And then I'll cut into it. Nice and easy. It's all about precision. Something tells me this piece of meat's ready to slice. I'm going to come at it right at an angle. You want to cut them nice and thin, make them easy to chew. Trust me, your colon will thank you later. Hit it with a little bit of flaky salt. Oh, yeah. Time to build. I'm going to begin with my base of garlic aioli. Make sure everybody knows. Come behind that with your arugula. A roasted red pepper. One of the stars of this show. Okay, okay, great. Now our flaky salt steak. Gonna lay it out just like this. Couple thin slices. Good. Top that off with my red onion. Okay. Okay. Good, excellent. Give it a hat. Okay. Here we go. That's a pretty good little sandwich if I don't say so myself. Well, folks, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us today on another episode of In the Kitchen. Hope you enjoy your sandwich, and I'll see you right back here next week. Toodles. My nipples could cut through glass.